छाया आसमान में, देखो झूमता गगन, hey छाया।
And Leo, you have 2 new beginnings and 1 ending this month. Throw down some cards for you right now. Get you laid down here. Leo energy, heart energy, right? Leos, what does a Leo do? At the young age, a Leo, it's my heart, my will. But as a Leo matures, it goes beyond its own heart and it's able to connect its physical heart and its energetic heart to its higher mind, right? To its mind and its higher mind. And so it goes beyond itself. It goes to my heart, touching the hearts of many. That's the Leo heart on the higher expression, the virtue of Leo energy. It thinks about the group. Beginning, ending, and beginning. So your first new beginning, it's happening right at the beginning of September, and it is your values, your money, your income, your work, your job, your daily routines. It could include your health. It's service. It's I perform services for those that I care about, but at the same time, I can make money performing services. So when we think about this kind of energy, it's like that Virgo vibe. Virgo is domestic, right? So in other words, what are the things you know how to do around the house? What are the things that you can't stand to do around the house, right? Think about domesticity, the everyday mundane routines, like the smaller things in life that don't normally get the kudos and the rewards and the accolades. It's normally things that we do outside of the home that we're recognized for and that we get the money for, and that that's like the big money, right? The big boss energy. It's not at home, it's out there in the world on that big stage. But Virgo knows that it's the small things, that's the day-to-day routines that, like, when it comes to in the home, like, that's important because that is your foundation. Now I'm saying Virgo because that's where this is happening for you, Leo. This is happening in your Virgo energy. It's a new beginning. You're really going to start feeling it at the tail end of August going into September. Okay. And so this could be a job. It could be just a simple routine around the home. But I gotta tell you, having Virgo energy in your second house of money speaks to whatever your routines are, whatever your jobs, whatever your tasks, whatever your projects are, they have the ability to create an income for you. So maybe you'll be adding to your tasks, to your routines, and there's, whether it's a side job, something new is occurring here. Okay, so let's pull you a card so we can get a little bit more information. Super interesting card. This card is powerful. This is a person or a being that has 2 heads, right? It's got like this darker side and the brighter side. Yeah, the darker side is like, first of all, this is very watery. You've got represented the moon, right, which is emotions and family and the past. And then we also have like Pisces energy, which is the past. Some say it's other lifetimes, soul energy, soul lifetimes. The moon can be childhood and mom and home and family. It's a very warm, nurturing energy. Then we also up here have Scorpio energy. See the little arrow going up? Right, it's not a Virgo card, it's a Scorpio card. So the Scorpio energy speaks to wounds of the past, but also past lifetimes. Bonded energy, though, like partnership energy, people that you were either intimately bonded with, like emotionally or right? Emotional or physical bonds. I know a lot of folks with the Scorpio energy, there's like that warrior vibe because it's like also Mars as a ruler. And so it's people who possibly had fights together, meaning they were brothers at arms. They fought in battles together. Or it could be like the War of the Roses type of thing as well, where you're battling somebody that you were intimate with at one time. And yeah. So blood bonds, right? This can be family money, family inheritances, but the past comes into play here, especially when you think about family, but also soul energy and other lifetimes. All right. So there's emotions. This is a deeply emotional card. It's a water card. It's representing like the dark side of the moon and like the new side of the moon in a sense, right? So maybe you might say the moon and then this is the sun. Got that transformative power because that's what the snake is. It doesn't have to be something negative. It's more about transformation and change, deep changes and transformations. You know how the snake can shed its skin? That's really what you want to focus on whenever you see a serpent. It's like, okay, we're dying to an old way. When the serpent sheds its skin, it sheds its skin. It doesn't die. However, it emerges fresh and new, right? So it's kind of got that. It's a rejuvenation after a change and a shedding of old ways. And it's history, it's past, it's emotions, it's family, it's old, buried, intense wounds. What does this have to do with the new beginning for you? Well, this is definitely screaming feminine energy, right? Because, Pisces is also feminine. And we've got the moon, which represents feminine. Scorpio, though, it's more masculine, actually, Scorpio energy. So there's a combination factor here in this card. Really strong soul energy, other lifetimes, right? This could be overseas type of energy, like far away, distance, sleep and dreams, fantasy, sleep and dreams. You see, like one side is like, like the shadow side of who we are. It's the past. It's something that's dark. We may not understand it. Might be confusing, maybe scary at times, especially if it's from a deep, powerful experience, such as being in battle, right? And then on the other side, it's like this is the wing of an angel, right? Look at that. Like this has got like this vampire bat wing thing going on. And this is like an angelic wing. So let's see what they're holding. It's interesting. That card, that almost looks like a host, which is fascinating. I was brought up in a Catholic church. It's almost like, okay, what exactly can that be? A priest would pass out, you would walk up and take the host, right? Which was considered like the body of Christ, the symbology around it. And you see this halo here? The halo, whenever you see a halo, it depicts normally a sainthood, someone that was considered a saint. So it's interesting because in this card, it's like, whoa, okay, so the past, and there's like this, is there somehow connected to, a living saint at one time? So I find this fascinating considering we're talking about Virgo energy, because Virgo energy, one side it's Virgo, but at the opposite end of Virgo is Pisces and Neptune. And this is perfection. Yeah. Angelic, saintly type of energy. What do you think of when I use those words? It conjures up perfection, right? And just divine energy and can do no wrong. But at the same time, it's like, wait a minute. That's, there's two sides to everything. There's a yin, there's a yang, there's a salty, there's a sweet. And so too is this for each of us in our world, in our life. So for your new beginning, this card, it's pulling in a release of the past, of shedding of ways, a shedding of some history. And for this new beginning, it's like you're more complete in some way. There's something you're doing with that shedding process, and it has to do with family. So this new routine that you're starting, there's a birthing process that you're going to be going through. Okay. And so this birthing process, in my mind, will reestablish a new set of values for who you are, like how you see yourself, Leo, right? So I started off talking about like the heart and the higher heart energy. And this card, understanding the completeness of who we are as an individual, right? We like to think, oh, like everything is just like black or white. And it's just not that simple. We're super complex beings. But this card gives you the ability to harness both the past life energy, and it encompasses the good and the not so good, or what we may call good or not so good, right? But it's to say, you're a complete being, and you kind of got to honor all parts of your being. What you went through, those wounds, you have a lot of knowledge and wisdom and strength that you can carry forward into this new beginning. Get to the middle of your September, Leo. This is a release and an ending in the middle of September. It's like a completion, it's a closure. It's like you're finishing a cycle, which is so fascinating. It's really complex, cuz this has kind of got like this new beginning, but yet it encompasses so much of the past in this card. So this ending is also the same way, but this is a bigger ending. It's truly an ending, because this occurs like in your 8th house. So your 8th house is deep emotional wounds, right? It's stuff from the past. It is healer energy, which is also Scorpio energy. It's taking that stuff and shedding the skin, but first processing it. And that's how we become that wounded healer. That's how we become like the very best healer, because we recognize what we've been through. We recognize the journey. And then we saw how we came out on the other side. Transformation. It's like that phoenix rising. It's rising up out of the ashes, not screaming, hey, these are all my wounds, but taking those wounds and recognizing it's the stuff that you had from the past that were the hurts, somehow being able to see the good that came from those experiences. Flip on this card and to see what exactly, to give you more details. So I'm going to turn it over, but right away we see Pisces and Neptune. Okay. And this is you, Leo, stuff from the past. So it's fantasy, it's dreams, it screams soul energy, past life energy. So wounds from the past, not just from like the previous lifetime, but eons ago, right? Some ancient energy. I have Virgo here. Is that crazy? We've got Mercury and Virgo, right? Because Mercury rules Virgo. So information, thoughts, thinking, communication about the past, right? Possibly work from the past, because that's Virgo, daily routines, habits, projects. Look at this. There's like a game going on here. This even looks like, like they're gambling, right? You see a little stack of coinage there. This is a market, Mercury, market, neighborhood, being busy, right? This is business and trade. That's what this is all about. Past lifetimes, many skills. This Mercury is like the jack of all trades in Virgo. And this is what, you go to the market and you see a whole bunch of different merchants, right? And each merchant has their own thing that they're selling. This thing about this game that's being played here. Yeah, there's definitely a game being played. It's the old shell game. Can you make that out? So this is a release. Okay. Now, it's not to say that you were the one gambling. For all we know, you could have been the person standing right there, but there's 3 that's represented here, which is interesting. There's 3 shells. There's 3 people, which is having a good time and having fun. The number 3, it's the community. It's talking. It strong Mercury energy. The number 3, keeping busy. This is also siblings. This is siblings and neighbors. This is also co-worker energy. All right. So this is all about a release for you, right? Some stuff from the past life, people at the market, someone trying to maybe make some quick money, taking a chance. Maybe they need some money. Their eyes seem to be quite focused on this man's money bag. I could be wrong, but that's how I'm seeing this. His eyes are really focused, and he's got this look like, huh, I got this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to put my money down. I got this. So this is Mercury. Remember, Mercury can be the trickster. Like, now you see me, now you don't. Or, yeah, you thought the ball or the shell, whatever was in there, was right there and it's now gone. But see how the number 3 keeps coming up. Now, maybe you'll be able to use a game to your advantage coming up. But again, this is a release energy, a closure, a completion, an ending. You let me know down below in the comments if there's something else. I know I got some Leos out there who are very detailed in their thinking and who could be looking at this and like, okay, I understand what this means for me. So yeah, if you've got some more information, but just releasing a whole lot of stuff from the past, but definitely thoughts and the way I think, right? What I think my daily routine should be like in projects, the games that go on or the games that did go on, the games that adults play. Because when we say games, it's definitely not childhood games, although Mercury can be children, but that's also represented here. Mercury is school children. Wouldn't we say, oh, that's an adult game? Adults don't play, only children play type of thing. So a release, an ending has to do with your thoughts and your thinking and your daily routines and possibly the way you communicate. So below the video, I'll have all the degrees for those of you who like to pay attention to the degrees in your chart. Again, if you don't know and you want to know, just comment below.